Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to WCTV. I am your host, Jack Hamilton Smith, here for another episode of everybody's favorite game, Trick Question. Joined with me today, we are going to be shooting the third episode of our new game. I hope you guys are ready to play and excited. Let me go over the rules of the game real quick, and then we can get things started. So basically, we're going to go through a group of categories. Players will pick questions grouped into different categories, and each question will be associated to a point value. The higher the points, the harder the question, right? After I read the question out loud, the first player to hit their buzzer gets to answer the question. Honestly, if you think you got it, get to the buzzer as quickly as possible, right? But the only trick of it all is don't believe everything you read. So if you hit your buzzer and you end up answering a trick question, you're going to lose points that the question was worth, right? The only way to score on a trick question is if you hit that big red buzzer and you call out a trick question when you see it. Does that make sense to everybody? Perfect. If it gets frustrating, that means we did our job. So I'm going to show you an example question. From the category of animals, what blind flying mammal uses echolocation? Anybody want to answer? You can get some bonus points. No takers? Matthew with the trick question buzzer. Good eye, Matthew. Way to take a look at this one. So basically, bats aren't blind, right? This is the way we want to kind of gauge it. Obviously, you get associated to the idea that bats are blind. They use echolocation, that's a fact, but not a single form of bat is blind. They all can see, they just got a little minuscule vision. So it just kind of depends. But here today, we've got some really talented folks that are thinking they can outsmart the game. So coming to us with our first contestant, I have Mackenzie Luz from Bloomington, Indiana. Mac, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling ready.
Ready? Mm-hmm. Ready to win or ready to play?
Ready to play.
Okay. So, all right, I appreciate that, and I like your good spirit. We got a good group today, so I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I like the energy we already got brewing, right? Next to Mac, we got Matthew, Big House Casa Grande. He is coming here from local town, Boston, Massachusetts. He is our resident here to prove that the Massachusetts school independent system is top of the nation, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. We're about to prove it. We're about to put it to the test today. So how are you feeling today, Matt? You happy to be here?
Good, yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, you ready? All right, he's ready to win. He's down for business. He doesn't want small talk. He wants to take this to the title. Last but sure not least, we got Kayley Foster coming to us from Yonkers, New York. Kayley, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. Excited.
Excited
to be here.
You think you're going to win?
Hopeful.
Man, I like that. I like that. All right, I like the optimism. You put a little positive spin on there. Right now, I want to say Matthew's got the energy that, seems like he's ready to pounce, and I like that. But, we're looking for competitive energies here at WCTV. So thank you guys all for coming, and we're happy to have you. Let's get this game kicked off. I'd love to show you our categories today. Kicking things off, we have marine biology, presidents, Nepo Babies, etymology, animated films, and music hits. So, wide variety, right? But since you're being such a good sport about it, Matthew, and you hit the buzzer first, I'm going to let you pick the first category, okay? So go ahead and call it out to me.
200 presidents.
Ooh. Presidents for 200. I like that. What president is on the $100 bill? Mac?
George Washington?
No, we're looking for, this is a trick question, is what we were looking for.
Oh no.
Yeah, so the $100 bill is Benjamin Franklin, actually, who, as we may know, is not a president. We're all about the Benjamins here at WCTV. So, Mac, I'm sorry, we're going to start off with negative 200 points to get this game kicked off.
That's brutal.
Okay, that's okay.
That's absolutely brutal.
It's just the beginning. But yeah, Benjamin Franklin, hashtag not a president, right? Keeping this going, we're going to go ahead and let Kayley pick the next category here.
Music hits for 200.
Music hits for 200. I always love it. Everybody starts at the top. In 2010, the hit song Rolling in the Deep, released by which artist? I'll give that to Matthew.
Adele.
Matthew, that is correct. Adele is who we were looking for. She could have had it all. She did. Minus the husband. We're going to go back to the panel here. Matthew, 200 points to you. What do you want to go with?
Music hits 400.
Music hits for 4. He likes the category. Who is the only country artist to have a top 20 hit on the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart for 6 straight decades? Talking 60 years of country excellence. Mac?
Dolly Parton?
Mac, that's a great guess right there. Dolly Parton.
Redemption, guys. Redemption.
This cleans her back up. She's now tied with Kayley for 0 points. The game has just gotten started. No rush. Congratulations, Mac. You're on the board, and you get to pick the next question.
Okay, cool. Let's do animated films for 200.
animated films for 200. Who directed The Nightmare Before Christmas? Now, Matt, you hit your buzzer, and you hesitated to hit the trick question buzzer. Is there a reason why?
It is directed by Henry Selick, not Tim Burton.
Not Tim Burton.
But it doesn't say.
It doesn't ask for the clarification. I want to say, unfortunately, this is a trick question for us because we know that the gut was telling people to say Tim Burton. You had it right. I know you answered the correct question, but we were hoping you'd take the trick question opt-out because you even knew that we were kind of leading you there. So
right.
I hate to do this to you, but we're going to zero
but
you
you
back
knew
out
it.
at 200.
You knew it.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
hesitation, it made my stomach churn.
In my heart, I know I didn't.
We know you know.
you got it right.
Yeah,
I think you
so-
proved today that you know who Henry Selick is, and maybe the only person out here knowing who Henry Selick is. But
Go with your gut next time.
Yeah.
But honestly, Matt, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's a close game. So we're gonna keep things going though. Matt, go ahead and pick a category here.
Okay. Let's do Nepo Babies for 200.
Nepo Babies for 200. Most notable for her appearance in Netflix's Stranger Things, Maya Hawke has two famous actor parents. Who are they? Matthew.
Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman.
Matthew, that is correct. Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman, they were married from 1998 to 2005. They met on the set of Gattaca, I believe, and they have a son as well named Levon. So congrats to Ethan and Uma on a fantastic Nepo baby. We're all grateful to her and her many great works. So Matt, you're back up, tied up. It was like nothing ever happened, right? So I mean, one step forward, one step back, whatever they say. What do you want to do now?
Nepo for 4.
Nepo for 4. All right, I feel you cooking with it. Jamie Lee Curtis, star of Halloween, is the daughter of fellow Scream queen Janet Leigh, who starred in what classic horror film?
Okay, I'll take a guess. Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Unfortunately, Mac, that's incorrect. But I do appreciate the horror aspect of where you were going with this. No, Janet Leigh was not in Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Shoot.
No, feel free to pass, of course, if you don't feel like you got it. But as Mac proved now, it's not your question. So there's
Okay.
safety in this.
You guys are good.
Matthew?
Night of the Living Dead.
No, that's a good guess, but no, unfortunately, Night of the Living Dead is not the classic horror film that we were thinking of today. So, Kayley, no pressure at all.
A
You can throw an answer into the wind if you want.
A horror film, not my area of expertise at all. Just watch Weapons.
Weapons, good movie.
Weapons.
Good guess.
Which definitely is not the answer.
Weapons
but, you know.
is incorrect, but I appreciate
Just a
you
plug.
for guessing that. The movie we were looking for is Psycho.
Psycho.
The classic rape. Psycho. Check out Jamie Lee Curtis though. Freaky Friday 2. Nothing's more psycho than that.
So many plugs today.
Shout out to Nepo babies around the world, but we're gonna keep things going. I believe, Matthew, you deserve the chance to pick another category here. So,
Marine Biology 200.
marine biology for 2. Cephalofoil is the term used to describe the head shape of what shark species? I'm listening for a buzzer, so no.
Okay.
Mac?
I'm not confident about this, but is it a bull shark?
It's not a bull shark, no. But it's at least not a trick question. So,
Okay.
once again, Mac, taking a stab at things. We appreciate you for being courageous. Anyone else want to sub in for the cephalofoil?
Hammerhead.
Hammerhead is correct. That is
was
the
my other
That was
shark
my
you were
guess.
looking
That
for.
was gonna be my other guess.
No, I understand the frustration
go for
here,
it.
but known to be a part of the Fish Are Friends, Not Food Committee. The hammerhead shark has got 360-degree view, and they are said to have a sixth sense with some of their sensory organs that are part of that ginormous head. So, kind of a special breed of shark, major predator. Matthew, you're back on the board again. You're rocking and rolling. What are we thinking?
Marine Biology 4.
4. Nobody wants to take a stab at a big question yet. That's all right. Famous for helping Ursula plot against Ariel in The Little Mermaid, what family of fish did the electric henchman belong to?
Eels?
Mac, You're always being courageous, and I
Oh,
really
no,
appreciate
did
it,
I
but I'm
not?
so sorry. This is a trick question.
No.
You didn't save me.
Unfortunately,
No, didn't you?
I was thinking about it.
Unfortunately, they're not eels. Electric eels are actually knifefish, which are closer to the catfish family. But they do have volts reaching up to 6,000, and on top of that, they're freshwater fish. So they have so many similarities, and it's a little tricky, but thus the game. So we're gonna subtract 400 from Mac. I want to say that takes her back to negative 200, which is really impressive. But just teetering back and forth between the line, Mac. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right?
Thank you. Thank
So,
you, Jack.
so we
I
appreciate you.
that.
We appreciate you, and we're gonna keep things going. Kayley, why don't you pick a category for us?
Music hits for 600.
Music hits for 6. Jimi Hendrix released the album Electric Ladyland, which features a cover of All Along the Watchtower. Who performs the original? Matthew.
Bob Dylan.
That is correct, Matthew. Bob Dylan. He even says now at this point it's Jimmy's song. He passed it on. He said that he did a better version and he earned it. So good call on you, Matthew. That's another 600 points going in your direction. So brings you up to a clean 1,000. So fantastic moves by you. Matt, go ahead and pick another category, Matthew.
Music for 8.
Music for 8. We are cleaning up this category. Considered a blemish in the Grammys' history, Kendrick Lamar's album Good Kid, Mad City lost the 2014 Rap Album of the Year to who? Kayley, you hit the trick question buzzer. Why?
I don't know. Just felt like doing something interesting.
It felt like making a move. It's
Okay.
about time for some action.
That
right?
was all.
I'm sorry,
No.
it's not a trick question.
Okay.
But I do appreciate you and your confidence here. Anyone else want to take a stab here? You guys both have the chance to steal for 800 points.
2014.
I understand too, though. Kendrick not winning Rap Album of the Year?
Crazy.
Gotta be a trick. Matthew.
Was this Macklemore?
Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, of
Nice.
course. Got to shout out Ryan
Wow.
Lewis because Macklemore's only half the equation. But I'm still gonna give you the points. The album The Heist took that year. We all remember that year, right? Everybody was going to thrift shops, buying their grandma's clothes, peeing in sheets. I do want to shout you out for that one, Matthew, because that's a good 800 points, taking a really clean lead here.
Nice.
This is
And
rough.
I'm gonna be honest,
Can we
I'm
put you a
still
little bit
mad.
further?
I'm still mad. I'm still mad about this now, but it's okay. K-Dot, you got your moment.
He apologized.
Publicly. All right, we're gonna keep things going, guys. We are at the 10 question mark, so we're gonna take a quick pause after the next 5 questions. So once we hit 15, we'll check in with everybody again. But we're rocking and rolling. Matt, keep it going, Matthew.
Music hits for 1,000.
Music hits for 1,000. He wants to close out the category. It is 1983, and Michael Jackson created the dance move that would go on to be known as the moonwalk. But what song did he perform to debut this signature move? Matthew, you hit the trick question button. Is there a reason?
I'm gonna say that he wasn't actually the creator.
Matthew, nothing gets by this guy. This was a trick question. This was a trick question, and you nailed that, Matthew. It was Motown 25, the television special, that he danced to Billie Jean. Now, he did shock the world with the moonwalk that day, but it dates back to the early 1930s, with one of the earliest recordings being a 1955 video. But even guys like Cab Calloway in the early jazz days said that they've seen the moonwalk. They just called it a different name, right? So shout out to you for not being blinded by the signature dance moves of the Pop of King himself.
Great job.
What do we got going on, guys? What are we thinking right now? Are we feeling good? You feeling good, Mackenzie?
Feeling good?
Yeah. Checks the score.
I'd like to push his chair a little bit further back.
I
if
can
that's
understand
okay.
that. Maybe we talk about moving his buzzer.
Yeah.
up. So-
Yeah, can we just? Yeah, thank you,
all right,
thank
all
you.
right, that's fair. Kaylee, what about you? How are you feeling right now?
Happy to be here.
Oh.
Happy to be here.
Well, we appreciate you guys for your time and your energy in viewing Matthew's historic rise. to power.
Absolutely.
So Matthew, just in terms of the update, of course, you're sitting at 2,800 points. I'm going to let you pick once again the next category. So keep that momentum rolling. The good news is Music Hits is done. All right, you're done. So hopefully we find something else. What are you feeling?
Animated films for 400.
Animated films for 4. Which comedic actor who shares a name with a slasher villain voices Shrek? Kaylee?
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers is correct. That was the question we were looking for. And I think the hesitancy is, the landmines, right? You guys knew in your heart, but Kaylee was the one confident enough to take it. So congratulations,
guys.
Kayley. You're
Thanks
on the
for-
board.
You did
Yeah.
great.
You're on the board with 400 points. Shout out to Halloween the movie. Shout out, of course, to our Nepo baby. Now, keeping things going. Kaylee, you get to pick the next category. What are you feeling?
Nepo Babies for 600.
Nepo Babies for 6. Son of Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, Wyatt Russell currently plays which character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? This is for the modern Marvel fans. This is the deep cut for the guys who never gave up. You sat there in the pandemic. You watched. You ate it up. This is for you. Matthew?
I think his name is Bob.
Unfortunately, Bob is incorrect. It's not the
Oh.
name we were looking for, but I appreciate you for taking a stab at it. If you need any hint, he looks like Kurt Russell mixed with Goldie Hawn.
Really?
That would be my advice.
That really helped. Yeah.
Mac.
The Void?
The Void. That's a really deep cut. That's a good answer, but no, that's unfortunately not it. I think that's the same movie though. But
It is.
yeah, here we go. You see? Okay, you see him. I think you see him. Kaylee, take a stab at the wind.
Nothing comes to mind.
You want to pass?
I'll pass.
No harm, no foul. John Walker, or U.S. agent, he was chosen to replace Steve Rogers. John Walker is a member of the Thunderbolts, coming on to be Avengers 4, I think. But chosen also to try and replace his father. Wyatt Russell just didn't have the hair. So shouts out Wyatt Russell, shouts out Kurt Russell. Hopefully we get that Sky High 2 that everyone is super waiting for. We're going to keep things light and fresh. I think we got 1 or 2 more questions before we take our break. So I think I'm going to let Kaylee, you didn't get it wrong. So I'll let
Right.
you pick the next question.
You know what? Stick to the evil we know. Nepo Babies 800.
Nepo Babies for 8. I like that. Which of the 7 actors in the Skarsgård family has won an Oscar? Mac?
I feel like more than one has won an Oscar.
So you think this is a trick question?
Yes.
Mac, I'm so sorry.
No.
You nailed it. This is a trick question. Congratulations, Mackenzie. None of them have actually won an Oscar. So you were right on. You could smell something fishy here, and so we're gonna give you the points. 800 to Mackenzie. That blasts you back into this race. I want to say that even puts you into second place. So as we know, we're playing for second place just to get to the final round. So good for you, Mackenzie. Yeah,
Wow, that was really scary, you guys. I don't know how you hit it so many times.
There are 7 actors within the Skarsgård family, but there are 8 total children. Their name, I'm not going to try, but look them up. They're beautiful, as you'd expect. So I want to say we got 1 more question. We're going to take a quick break after that. So Mackenzie, go ahead and take a jab at our last question before we go off.
Let's do, since everyone seems afraid of it, etymology 200.
Etymology. We picked this category because we thought we had some speech pathologists coming in the house. So what does SOS stand for? Kaylee?
Save our souls.
Kaylee, wow. This is a trick question.
Dang it.
I apologize. Yeah, so it's actually Morse code with no meaning. The acronym that we've all come to be Save Our Soul, Save Our Ship, that was just decided by us as society. So it intentionally was just the SOS for the Morse code signification. But we're not mad, Kaylee. We're happy that you felt the same way we did. It's kind of a tricky spot. But we're going to take a quick break right now just to check in with our 3 contestants. They've been tremendous sports at the trivia that has been laid out ahead of them. But we'll start with you, Mac. I want to say you're tied, actually, for hitting the most trick questions with Kaylee, maybe. I think you guys have both equally hit some good trick questions out here. But how are you feeling today about this so far? 15 questions in, at least.
It's been a rough road. I was low, negative 200, pop back up, then pop straight back down. And then I hit a very nice trick question and was able to make my way back up into playing contention. So
let's talk about that. How did that feel? How did hitting that 1,000-point trick question? I'm sorry, no, the 800-point trick question. How did that feel for you?
I was close to feeling defeat, but then I decided, my competitive side is going to come out, and I'm ready to keep going and keep trying at this game.
Yeah. I feel like you're gonna have a huge second half. Honestly, the momentum you're building.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I can see that the confidence is building within you. So that's wonderful. Matthew, I mean, what is there to say? I think if we combined your 2 opponents, we wouldn't hold a candle. We're talking about Matthew right now. So Matthew, you know your stuff, man. Where did you prep for all this? What did you do?
Years of remembering useless information. I did read part of the Wikipedia list of common misconceptions before this, which is a great time. None of it's come up, but I figured you might have pulled something from there. So.
I appreciate your research and the prep work. Obviously, it kind of helped a little bit. So I mean, like, good on you, man.
Got me in the like the headspace for this. So.
Yeah, to doubt us, which I love that. Well, thank you for coming in and thank you for bringing this energy, of course. We're gonna move on to our final contestant, Kayley. Kaylee, you said you're happy to be here. We're happy to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Props to these questions. I hope no future job employer sees this. But, shout out to Mike Myers.
Shout out to Mike Myers, of course. And, Kaylee, you're sitting with a strong 200 points.
I'll take it.
Listen, it's anybody's game, of course. There's 5,000 points sitting on the bottom rack, right? But how do you feel personally between you and Mac? Just how do you think you're going to do? Just you're facing off for second place, it might seem like. I'm not going to write you out of first. But at the end of the day, all that matters is to get to the final table. Do you think you got what it takes to take out Mackenzie?
I think I brought everything that I could,
This is all you have.
This is all I have, so that's what I'm going to use.
And that's all you need.
That's all I need.
And this is all you need.
All I need.
I love that. If that halftime report wasn't inspirational, folks, I don't know what kind of content you're looking for. So we're gonna keep things, 15 questions to go. I wanna keep the pressure high. And so we're gonna let things rock and roll with our next contestant, of course. Matthew, you get to pick the next question here, so.
Etymology for 4.
Etymology for 400. The word sandwich is named after what person? Matthew, you picked your question. Do you?
I believe is named after the Earl of Sandwich, but that's not a person, that's a title.
I'm going to have to disagree with you on that, only because that is not a trick question by our standards.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I appreciate you for explaining, but if anyone would like to steal...
Earl of Sandwich.
Wow. I wonder where you got that from. The Earl of Sandwich, John Montague, the 4th Earl. So I'll give you credit to that. It is a title. However, the 4th Earl specifically wanted to play poker while eating at the same time. Thus, the sandwich was invented. And you don't get to make those kind of demands unless, of course, you got a title. So shout out, of course, the sandwich, and more importantly, poker. Kaylee, good on you.
Shout out to Matt.
Yeah, thanks.
Kaylee, shout out, you're killing it right here, Kaylee. I don't know where it comes from. 600 points. You've tied Mackenzie just like that. She came with everything she needed. All right.
Right.
So,
Told you.
Kaylee, we're gonna let you keep rolling here. You get to pick the next category.
Maybe etymology for 600.
Etymology for 6. The word volcano comes from the name of which Roman god? Matthew.
Vulcan.
Matthew, very nice call there, buddy. God of fire. Who's surprised? We're going to let you pick the next category, Matthew. It's a clean 600 points. That's knocking you into the 3,000 tier, I think, so good on you.
Good job.
Let's go etymology 8.
Etymology for 8. Which English word originally meant empty orchestra in Japanese? Matthew, again, feeling ambitious, just wants to take a stab at it.
Karaoke?
Matthew, yeah, man. Karaoke. Japanese for the word empty orchestra. We've completely reclaimed that now, of course. It's, a great way to say goodbye to friends. I don't know about you guys, but my go-to karaoke song is Kiss Me Through the Phone.
Great song.
Love that.
Yeah, so you want to put on some Soulja? I think, Matthew, you get to pick the next category, of course. So
Finish off etymology, I guess.
Finishing it off, another cleaned out category. What drink's name means water of life in Old Gaelic? I'm not going to lie. I think this is a beautiful thing. This is a really beautiful thing, this word. But yeah, I think you were about to hit the button, Kaylee. Is there a reason you
Try
stopped?
it, Kayley.
Oh, I don't know.
That'd be a good reason.
Give it a stab.
Water of life.
Water of life. Water of life?
Water gives life.
Water of life. A drink. What drink's name means water of life?
In Old Gaelic. Kaylee.
Gatorade.
Kaylee, that's a really good guess. And I'm gonna tell you right now,
It's a trick
I
question.
too thought that would make a lot of sense when I first was told that by the team earlier. I was like, that makes so much sense, Gatorade. But no, that's wrong, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
No. I understand where your head was at. That would have been a
you.
great way to, like, referential, good history. But Kayley, you are out on this question. Do you guys feel like stealing?
Do you know it?
I can take a stab.
A stab for 1,000 points. It's 1,000 points. Matthew.
Whiskey?
Matthew.
Stop.
Whiskey is the Gaelic word for elixir of life. It's said to be the elixir of life. Makes the blind man walk and the crippled see, right? So shout out to whiskey. But
That's
we're
beautiful.
going to leave this alive, Matthew. That was a huge jump to 5,200 points. I mean, you are running away with it. We have a 5,200 to 600 tie right now. So, an epic game per usual at WCTV.
You're doing a really good job.
Great
Thank you.
work. Great work.
Yeah, the Massachusetts school system, folks.
Yeah.
What did I say? Matthew, what do you got?
Animated films for 6.
All right, guys, he's out of music hits. He's out of etymology, okay? All he's got left is music, films, presidents, and marine biology. So this is your chance. Which movie released in 2010 starring Steve Carell was Illumination Studios' first film? Matthew, you hit the trick question buzzer. I'm going to go ahead and stop you now and say this isn't a trick question, just so you don't spoil any of your thoughts.
Yeah.
But I do want to hear why after we get to the answer, okay?
Good. We can take our time now. Now that he can't guess.
Kaylee's not taking any time. Kayley, what do you think?
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
No, unfortunately, that's not an Illumination Studios production. So
okay.
I dig the jump. I also don't think Steve Carell is in The Nightmare Before
Oh,
Christmas.
wrong one. There's a different Christmas one I was thinking of. Never mind. What is it?
Steve Carell is a great voice actor. So
What is it called?
What is it called? I guess I'll just take a guess.
yeah.
This is not right, but Monsters Inc. This is not right.
Unfortunately, Steve
know,
Carell
yeah.
is also not in Monsters Inc. That's a Pixar film.
I know.
The one we were looking for is Despicable
Oh.
Me.
Oh my gosh, you're
Yeah,
kidding.
I'm having a real bad day. The flagship of Illumination, Despicable Me, has carried this franchise through all the years, and it's because of the little ones, right? Not the kids, the minions. Shouts out to Illumination. They've done their thing, and they've built this career off of the guy who stole the moon, right? So I'm gonna go and give this one to Mac. You held out. You were really gut feeling it. Pick your next category here.
I'll do animated films for 800.
Animated for 8. We are right there at the edge, guys. Looking for the big money pictures. What studio is known for their stop motion movies, such as Coraline or Paranorman? Mackenzie, you hit the trick question buzzer. Is there a reason why?
I don't know the answer, but I don't know if they were filmed by the same studio.
I could see that as a really, really quality trick question, and I'm going to keep that in my back pocket for a future one. This is not a trick question, unfortunately. But we're going to leave this going for Matthew and Kayley to just throw out an answer. If you got a studio that does stop motion animation you want to yell out, this is the time.
I know one that it isn't, but that doesn't really help me. So
That's true. I don't know if that would help you. But
I watched TikTok on Caroline making of
Right?
it, but should have studied a little harder.
it's not it, but I'll guess Aardman.
it is not Artemis Studios,
Yeah.
which that is the only other reasonable stop motion studio debate to be kind of thrown out there. So I sort of see that. I think he knows it now. As soon as
Do you know it now?
I want to say, I
Yeah.
feel like the funny part is that TikTok that you watched about Coraline, it probably opened up with saying this studio's name. It just doesn't sound like anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of a word you wouldn't resonate with in your ear.
Yeah.
So I give you the credit. Now feel free to pass, of course. But if you got like just a gut feeling that like this kind of sounds right, put it out there.
I think I'll pass.
Kaylee's electing to pass. The movie studio we were looking for is called Leica. Leica president and CEO is Travis Knight, if you guys aren't familiar. He's the son of Phil Knight. If you're not familiar with Phil Knight, he is the co-founder and chairman of Nike. Leica Studios is a stop-motion production house that doesn't make a lot of money because most stop-motion films don't when they get mass releases. But because Nike funds and paid for Leica Studios' creation, they're fine taking a loss every year. Thus, every time a Leica movie comes out, we get a Nike shoe collab. So go buy the shoes. If you're rich, support your young artistic son's desire to make bad movies that don't make money. I'm kidding. Leica's fantastic. Check them out. Anyways, we're going back to the panel. Nobody got the points here on that one. So who wants to take their next jab? Maybe I want to let Kayley I'm going to let you pick this next category here. So feeling confident, what do you got?
We'll finish up Nepo Babies. Why not?
Finishing out Nepo for 1,000. Besides a small cameo in Men in Black 2, father and son duo Will and Jaden Smith have starred in what 2 movies together?
Oh, 2.
Kayley.
Dang it.
You gotta name both.
Dang it.
But I understand if you name one, it gives them a chance to steal.
That's so true. The Pursuit of Happiness and was there a second one? Pursuit of Happiness 2.
Furthering the Pursuit of Happiness, the sequel.
Oh man, what's the other one?
I know it, I just don't know the name.
We're gonna pass?
Oh, I thought I said my answers. Pursuit of Happiness and Pursuit of Happiness 2. I was being serious. I was opening for the next set.
Pursuit of Happiness. Unfortunately, that's incorrect. Would anyone like to steal? Matthew.
Pursuit of Happiness and After Earth.
That is the answer we were looking for.
Nice.
Yeah, in After Earth, a kind of forgotten movie in the later age of Jaden Smith's career. But they also have collabed on 2 songs together, if you guys weren't aware. They did a song called The Work of Art, and they did a remix of Jaden's Icon. So shout out to Icon and Miss Big Fish. But you guys feeling good about that, Matthew? Of course, imagine, you'll sleep well tonight.
I mean, thank you, because I'd forgotten about the Pursuit of Happiness. So
And you helped me earlier with Earl of Sandwich.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Look at you two teaming up.
trading back and forth.
Exactly.
Trick question, team up edition.
Right.
So Matthew, you get to pick the next category, my man.
Presidents for 400.
Presidents for 400. Which president served 3 terms? Mackenzie, you hit the trick question buzzer. Is there a reason?
A president can't serve 3 terms.
Fortunately, this isn't a trick question. There is an exception to the rule here today in American history. But I do appreciate you for taking the lead over here. Matthew, you gonna take a jab at this one?
Yeah. I mean, FDR served 4, which does mean he did serve at least 3.
That's the name we were looking for here. He's less famous for his lifelong stamp collection. So if you didn't know, that's what pulls women during the Great Depression. Going back to the president's category again, so that was Matthew taking another one where he's sitting there at 6,600 points compared to his opponents who were tied for second place, which is wonderful, with 600 each. So Matthew, you get to take the next question here.
Presidents for 6.
Presidents for 6. Which president was the first and only president to be sworn in by his nickname? You can do it.
This isn't gonna be. I don't know, but JFK.
Unfortunately, that's not the answer we were looking for. No, John F. Kennedy was not the nickname, but I do think I see where
I
you're
gave
headed
it a
with that.
chance.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying. I don't know.
Nothing venture, nothing gain.
I believe. I thought you, Matthew.
John Quincy Adams.
No, that is also not a nickname. That was the name, the Christian name we were going by here. I think once we'll see this, we'll understand, I guess, the extent of nickname that we're talking about here. So, but Kayley, this is for you to steal. If you want the points, it's 600 on the board, and this puts you right into second place.
Abe. Oh wait, I didn't have to do that.
That's all right.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln was sworn in as Abraham Lincoln, unfortunately. The guy we were talking about is Jimmy Carter, also known as James Earl Carter Jr., less famous, for the voicing he did in Star Wars. Jimmy Carter was the nickname we were looking for today. So I'm going to go ahead and let Mac pick the next category here so we can, round this out. We got 6 questions left. The pressure is on, Kayley. The pressure is on.
Yeah, it is. It is on. Animated films for 1,000.
Animated films for 1,000. 3 animated movies have been nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars. The first was Beauty and the Beast. The most recent was Toy Story. So what I'm looking for now is the other one, which fell right in between the 2. Mackenzie.
Moana?
Moana is incorrect. Moana came after Toy Story 3. Kayley and Matthew, whenever you're ready. Matthew.
Toy Story 2.
I was
was gonna say that.
Toy Story 2 is
No.
incorrect. No, I know that would have really hurt, huh?
That would have been really painful.
Unfortunately, it's not Toy Story 2. I guess, unfortunately for you, Mac, it's not Toy Story 2. But no. Kaylee, still up there. It's a 1,000-pointer, so obviously it's meant to be a little difficult, but there's a lot of animated films out there. So.
There's a whole lot. It's true.
Yeah, I guess in frame of reference, it's the 90s to the mid-2010s.
Right.
So that's, so that's like 20-something years to guess from.
So easy.
You got this.
Simple.
You got this.
Oh, Lilo and Stitch.
Best Picture nominee, Lilo and Stitch. Unfortunately,
It's a great picture.
that's not the movie we were looking for. The final and only other animated film to ever be nominated for Best Picture was Up. Pixar's Up, which in the most recent New York Times Top 100 rankings, Up was the highest rated Pixar movie. So a lot of controversy around that, especially with me. But we'll keep that for another time. Growing up, when I was younger, they said I used to look like Russell from Up. So was it a compliment? I don't know. Who's up now? This guy. As we keep it alive, we got 5 questions left. I want to say with supreme confidence, guys, that one of you two can definitively take second place. Do we agree?
One of us will.
A tie would be great.
A tie would be nice, actually. I'd love that.
One of you has to go to the second round.
Okay.
We'll figure that out.
Right.
So as we move on, I'm going to go ahead and let Kayley, you get to pick this one again. So we'll let you pick on the next category.
All right, marine biology for 600, please.
Marine biology for 6. Groups of penguins have different names based on the location and activity. So a group of penguins in the water is called a raft, while a group of penguins on land is called Mackenzie.
I'm just going to make a guess, but a waddle.
Mackenzie, you are correct.
Nice.
A waddle.
Are you kidding?
A name
Good.
referring to the little
That's great.
side-to-side shuffle that you see them do. These happy feet birds can be seen at the Boston Aquarium. So go check them out. Way to go, Mackenzie. That just knocked you into second place. Fantastic work with 1,200 points. You've had a lot lost today. So
I have.
this is a big dub for you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You can pick the next category, okay?
Marine biology for 8.
Marine biology for 800. With a record maximum speed of 68 miles per hour, what fish species is believed to be the fastest? Mackenzie.
Swordfish.
Swordfish is incorrect. It is ranked in the top 3 though, so I'll give you some credit on
Thank you.
on your fast fish knowledge. So, but Matthew, Kayley, feel free to throw a jab at this one, all right? Or an uppercut. Matthew.
Tuna?
Tuna is incorrect. No, that one was not in the top 3. But we can keep this one going to Kayley.
A clownfish.
Clownfish. Unfortunately, if they swam a little faster, we wouldn't have gotten the whole movie.
Right.
So the one we were looking for is the sailfish. Sailfish referred to as the speed king. They can regularly move at over 60 miles per hour, but within the top 3, the swordfish was there. It's pretty marginal. And then on top of that, of course, is the black marlin, but we're not going to get into the semantics of fish. So we're letting that one sail by, and I'm going to go ahead and let Matthew, you got one wrong. I feel bad for you. I'm going to let you pick the next category.
Marine biology for 1,000.
Marine biology for 1,000. We're going to close out the marine biology category. Which marine organism has the longest known lifespan? Matthew.
Lobster.
Lobster is incorrect. That's not the one we were looking for. Yeah. In terms of lifespan today, it'll be in reference on average lifespan per creature. So these guys are really up there. But we're going to go ahead and let one of you take a steal.
Plankton.
Plankton is also incorrect. That's not the guy we were looking for today. But we're going to let, I like the energy, guys. I think we're in the same size of what I'm kind of getting to. So if I do give hints, they're meant to be vague. Or no, maybe they're a lie.
Oh my goodness. Ocean. Things in the ocean with long lifespans.
This won't take long.
Thinking of the dinosaurs. What came up with the dinosaurs, guys? Anyone know?
Can't help you.
Evolution worked its way to...
You know what? We'll go back to the clownfish. What was the funny? What was the anemone? Anemone? That's
Yeah,
my
well,
answer.
What we were looking for is the ocean quahog clam, The quahog clam averages a 500-year lifespan. So each individually, the current longest living one to date is at 508 years and chugging along. So if you're interested in more drunken clam facts, check out the pop-up drunken clam downtown. Shouts out to Family Guy if you're a fan. But we got 2 questions left, and we've got Kayley sitting in third place with 600 points. We've got Mac with 1,200 points. So Kayley, by my math, you're well in this game. You got 2 options left. You get one, you beat her. You get both, you definitely beat her.
All right.
Mackenzie, play some solid defense here. You're going to the final round. The game is yours. You can't mess this up, Matthew. So just keep smiling. We'll see you in the final round. But I'm going to go and let Mackenzie pick one of these last 2 questions here.
Presidents for 800.
Presidents for 8. Which president was a former actor and Screen Actors Guild president? Kayley submitted a trick question. Is there a gut instinct why? But try not to throw any names out if you do.
I just don't know the answer.
It's fair. And honestly, no harm.
So it tricked me.
It is not a trick question, so we're going to have to take that one for your answer here today. But Mackenzie.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is incorrect. Not Screen Actors Guild president. So And Matthew.
Reagan.
Ronald Reagan is correct. That is the actor president that we were looking for today. He starred in 53 different films. His last film was called The Killers. That was in 1964. So he served 2 terms as the Screen Actors Guild president. Charismatic, charming. Obviously won the nation. So we're going to let this come down to one question. I'm just going to take a breather. I'll take a beat. Presidents for 1,000. What could stand behind this question could be anything.
I'm scared.
Are you feeling ready? Kayley?
Yeah.
Kayley's ready. Mac, you ready?
I'm ready.
Matthew, are you ready?
No.
Oh!
For the final question of the game, name this president.
That's all I got.
You don't think this is a president?
I just wanted to hear the buzzer one more time.
I appreciate it. Kayley, you going out with a blaze of glory.
Oh, yeah.
Much like Icarus, this girl. Unfortunately, Kayley, this is a real president.
A real president.
Not a trick question. So, Mackenzie, no pressure. I want to say Kayley solidified you to move into the next round. But just for the hell of it, if you think you got this, knock some points up. Otherwise, Matthew, you feel free to buzz in.
Do you know it?
If you know this one, Matthew, I'm out of here. Matthew?
Is it Coolidge?
It is not Coolidge. So pumped. Sorry. He got it wrong. Mackenzie?
Lyndon B. Johnson.
It's not Lyndon B. Johnson. LBJ, a little bit bigger than this guy. We're talking about Warren G. Harding. Yeah, everybody's favorite 29th president. Before politics, he was a newspaper man. So much like Citizen Kane. Warren G. Harding, thanks for being here. Guys, this was the first round of Trick Question. I want to appreciate you all for playing. Moving on to the next round, we have our scoring leader, Matthew. 7,400 points. That's a tremendous accomplishment at WCTV's Trick Question. Coming in at second place is Mackenzie Luz. Look at you, Mac. You did it. You lost a lot. You came back. You fought. Great grind. Congratulations.
Thank you very
Way to make it
much.
to the final round. But I want to talk to Kayley for a second.
Yes.
Kayley, your heart was in it. I could tell. I believed in you. People at home, the crowd, the audience, the viewers on the live stream, they were all rooting for you. Do you have anything you want to say to the folks at home?
I want to say thank you all for your support. This was a great experience. And now I have some trick questions of my own. So thank you very much.
At the very root of this, I'm just here to spread information.
Right.
I want to make the world a better place. So thank you, Kayley, for playing. We are so lucky to have you, and we're going to see the rest of you here in the next round. But for now, we'll be taking a brief break, and we'll be right back after this. Thank you, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final round of Trick Question. I am your host, Jack Hamilton Smith, here at the finale with our number 1 and number 2 position finishers in the first round. Matthew, I want to congratulate you on accomplishing the highest scoring total in Trick Question's 3-run history. So congratulations, 7,400 outdoes last week's 7,200. That's a really big deal. So congratulations, Matthew. You know your stuff. if you aren't familiar with the final round of trick question, we play a game we like to call the Trickster's Bluff. So the Trickster's Bluff is simple. We have this beautiful box here filled with unique magical items that one of these two lovely folks will get to decide. So the rules are simple. Believe half of what you hear and none of what you see. Our scoring champion, Matthew, is going to decide if he wants to look inside the box. He can either be the trickster and lie to Mackenzie or tell Mackenzie the truth about what's in the box. Mackenzie will then have the chance to question, cross-examine, if you will, and ask Matthew a series of questions, 3 at most, to determine whether or not he is telling the truth or lying. If Matthew decides that he doesn't want to be looking inside the box, he can pass this responsibility over to Mackenzie and call her bluff. So I'm going to throw it to you now, Matthew. What do you think?
I'll look in the box.
Matthew wants to look in the box. He's elected to do so. So I'm going to carefully slide this over to Matthew, try and avoid peeking anything. And Matthew, take your time. Look inside that box and let us know what you think. How you feeling? Matthew's already looked. Right. Are you ready? No time necessary. He's ready to roll.
So I was looking at his reaction. Okay.
It is 2 objects, one on top of the other. My first thought was Michael Jackson. Head wearing a hat.
A head wearing a hat.
It is something that you would see on a dance floor.
A head wearing a hat, something you'd see on the dance floor.
Give
us a more specific description.
It's a disco ball with a hat on top of it.
Disco ball with a hat on top of it is his final answer. Mackenzie, what do you think? You may ask up to 3 questions.
It's a disco ball with a hat on it.
Disco ball with a hat on.
Is that one of your questions?
No, I'm just thinking out loud. It's a disco ball with a hat on it. You originally said there's 2 objects, one stacked on top of the other, and then you said something about how it's a head and a hat, and that it originally made you think of Michael Jackson. I don't know how abstract I'm allowed to ask questions for.
Well, I mean, you cross-examine him as you will. I'll let you know if I object, okay?
Why did it remind you of Michael Jackson?
It just, like the hat, the sparkliness, it just was like a free association thing. It doesn't really bear any, I wouldn't say that the disco ball bears resemblance to him.
Right. Right. Okay. What type of hat is it?
That's the second question.
Yeah.
It is like a fedora trilby type, like brimmed all the way around.
How is the disco ball propped up, if it's a ball?
It is just sort of sitting there. I didn't notice it move when you, I mean, there may be a stand under it, but I didn't, if there is, I didn't notice one.
Mac's really thinking. So Mac has asked her 3 questions. When you're ready, Mac, let us know if you think he's telling the truth or if he's lying.
Matthew, I think you're telling me the truth.
Mackenzie has decided that Matthew is telling the truth. Now I'm gonna open up this box and we will decide whether, as a group, inside is a disco ball wearing a hat.
Yes!
Oh, and Mackenzie has called it! Oh, Mackenzie has called the truth. Congratulations,
Congrats.
Max. You saw right through his deception.
Thank
Wonderful.
you so
Way to
much.
go, Mac. Way to
Excellent
go.
game.
Great game,
Excellent
Matthew.
game.
Great game, Matthew. Wow, Mac, that was amazing. How'd you do it?
Well, when people are telling the truth, they often look to the side when they're trying to think of something. If he were trying to come up with something from the top of his head, he probably would have been looking up.
Yeah.
And also, the one where I asked him if it was on a stand, the fact that he said, I didn't notice it move when I was moving it, that kind of sold me, it absolutely sold me on the fact that he was definitely telling the truth.
Matthew, 7,400 points.
Yeah.
down the drain, my man. Respectable game, boss. Thank you so much for being here. Of
course.
And I hope you enjoyed your time today.
Definitely.
If you wouldn't mind, please joining Kayley off in the wings. We're happy to say, Mac, if you want to come stand here next to your winner's bracket. What a wonderful game today, folks. Just another classic episode of Trick Question here at WCTV. Now, Mackenzie, I will be right back. I'm going to grab your gift box supreme to solidify you and your victory.
Amazing. I'm so excited to see it.
Mackenzie, this is your victory box.
Okay.
Inside are the earnings that you've worked your way to. I mean, how many points did you have to get the final round again, was it?
1,200.
Oh, 100
yes,
points.
That's
it's anybody's
exactly
game
what I had.
here at WCTV. So, Mac, if you want to open that up, please just let the world know what you won today.
I won a gift card for $25.
A $25 Visa gift card. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Mackenzie.
Thank you so much.
Episode winner of our favorite game, Trick Question. I'm your host, Jack Hamilton Smith. This is Mackenzie Luz, and we're happy to see you. Thanks for coming by. Bye-bye. We gotta wait till Elijah says it.
Waving. Maria's telling me to tell you to stop, but.
Oh, you are. Elijah.